Hey, I'm the Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, and this is what I did last week. I'll start off with the big 11.2 announcement. It is apparently the last patch of The War Within, which I don't mind as long as there's enough to keep us busy and whatever comes after that is fun. I'd imagine that probably Remix is next, which I would love to be able to just take it really chill in Season 3 or whatever they call it and catch up on some things, finish off whatever I have left in The War Within, and then just go enjoy Remix. Just kind of have a last month of school type of vibe. I didn't have a visceral reaction to 11.2 like I did 0.1. The dungeon pool seems fine outside of Priory. I love void themes and ethereals, so this looks right up my alley and hopefully a sign of things to come in Midnight because that would be just perfect. Nothing really stood out to me as incredible, but also nothing really stood out to me as bad. I'm going in kind of neutral and hoping they knock it out of the park like they did with 11.1, but make the mini patches in between better, because it felt like all the mini stuff that came out after 11.1 made me like the patch less. In general, also, I've always hated shorter patch cycles and even expansion cycles. I was just talking about this on stream the other day, which was on Wednesday. If you want to watch the VOD for that, it is up now. I'll be back this Wednesday at around 12:30 o'clock Pacific, so come check that out on YouTube or Twitch. Come say hi. I'd love to see you. And I was just saying that it sucks that it feels like content needs to be delivered by this date, regardless of the state that it's in. And it would just be nice if it was quality that was the focus, and whenever it's ready to come out, we will give you that. And if we need to, we'll figure out something in the meantime until that comes out, so you're not just playing the same patch for like 4 years. Not to say that everything has sucked, but there's definitely been things that could have used a little bit more time in the oven. And I also feel like we just got to Khazalgar and we're already on our way out. I just don't like that this expansion feels like it's fleeting not even a year in. And I feel like if they're finally committing to these shorter expansion cycles and the, 6-month patch cycle, I'm always going to have that feeling of, wow, this is great and new, but also it's already old. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely think that not having a faded patch or season this expansion is probably for the best because it was kind of okay in Shadowlands, and then last expansion, I think everyone agrees it was not that great, especially when they released Mop Remix. No one really cared. I'm also curious what they plan on doing in future expansions, if Remix is always going to be the last patch of an expansion, or like what they plan on doing with that. But moving on from there, I went into Overcharged Delves this week, and overall, I don't really have much to say about them. I'm happy that I don't have to run high-level Delves for this. I can just stick to Tier 1. It makes Delves even quicker to clear on my Warrior and easier on my alts, and which, speaking of alts, I ran on my 638 Prot Pally a 11 Delve, and it was very boring and very slow, but not difficult. So just for the sake of time, I'm probably going to run the 11s on my Warrior and then go Prot for the boss just for that achievement. And I'm hoping that I have a similar experience with my Shaman for the Healer achievement, because Delves just are boring. But I'm not re-clearing the same overcharged Delves over and over again trying to get the talent tree maxed out because I don't really need to, and I will get that eventually. This week I did some more Dastardly Duos, probably a little bit more than I would have liked. I was just going in there to get some more achievements, and one of the ones I was trying to work on was getting the week 3 high score, and I just could not do it, and I was getting so annoyed because I run with the NPCs, which are great for the most part. It's just that the tank never tanks them in the 2x circle. And this week, I guess there's just a bunch of knockbacks, so the tank is constantly getting knocked out of the 2x circle, and I'm not getting 2x score, and therefore I can't get the high score. And the NPCs don't reply to pings, there's no way to move them as far as I know. If I taunt on my Warrior and just try to bring them back into the circle, the Paladin will automatically taunt back. So I was getting pretty frustrated. I think I ran like 5 or so, and they're just not fun. So I just thought, whatever, I'll try again next week because I'll just get hopefully the next high score for that week as well as the one for week 3. Another event that I was participating in was Turbulent Timeways, so I went on my Shaman and got the buff for that for week 1, so you just need to do that 5 times out of the, I think it's 7 weeks that you have. In addition to playing on my Shaman, I'm hoping I can get my level 76 Fire Mage to level 80, and then from there I'd like to focus on leveling alts that have professions on them, just so that way they're not restricted by anything once I get to Khazalgar profession achievements, and then I just kind of focus on leveling them first. And then another event that I was working on, which I spent a lot of hours in here and it was getting pretty tedious by the end, was Midsummer. That started on Saturday, and there was only one new achievement for Khazalgar that I needed, but there were a couple of transmogs, the helm and the shoulders that I wanted that they released this year. And then when I was at the vendor, I saw that I was missing like almost all of the toys that were there, and I decided I was going to go farm out the Burning Blossoms that I was needing, which in total ended up being about 1,500. So from there, I had to go pretty much on my warrior and my mage, do full clears on them on pretty much every zone to get enough blossoms to be able to purchase all that. And then finally, I was working on BC professions, trying to get them all to max level. And I know that last week I said I didn't want to spend that much gold because I wanted to kind of focus on the self-found portion of this and ideally just save as much gold as I could. That ended up being a lie because I spent over 200,000 gold buying everything, which was so frustrating because I went through the leveling guides or whatever, and I bought all the mats that I needed or that I was missing. And then somehow I was still missing like almost double the mats that I purchased because a lot of the stuff was green and I was just getting horrible luck. I had to go through like 15 crafts to get one level on a green profession thing. And I was getting so annoyed. And the worst ones were when I was at like level 74 out of 75 and I had a green profession to get me to 75. So I'd buy enough mats for like 3 crafts. Those wouldn't do it. So I'd go buy 3 more crafts. Those wouldn't do it. I'd go buy 3 more crafts. Those wouldn't do it. I'd go buy 3 more crafts and the first one did it. On top of that, there were a couple of reps I had to get up for leatherworking. That was the Shatar rep. And then there was another one. I forget which profession it was, but I had to get my, I think it was Alder rep to Revered or something like that. So that kind of sucked, but now I'm into Wrath of the Lich King. I was on Saturday going through Icecrown Citadel, leveling up my mining and herbing, trying to get some of the stuff that I need there. I'd like to not spend as much gold this time around, so that's just rough though because I need like 2200 Serenite ore, and in like an hour and a half, I got 200. On top of the fact I need like 400 something else ore, and then just a bunch of herbs and like 2000 Borine leather. It's just very time consuming, and when I start it, it's not that bad, but the longer I go, it just, I have the gold, just buy it, but there's so much gold to be spent. I don't know. I'll see how much gold I want to spend on this, but yeah, it's rough. But from there, I'll just quickly talk about the only mount that I got this week, which was the Ivory Savage Mane, which is for 5,000 Time Warped badges. This is from the new BFA Time Walking vendor. Moving into the achievements for the week, I was able to get 185 more points, so I'm ending the week at 46,480. My guild was doing a heroic re-clear of Liberation of Undermine, so I grabbed the Florendo's Biggest Fan achievement, which is not part of the meta. I got the Bullhorn of Most Plenty, which is to use the Bullhorn item 15 times in a single Dastardly Duos match. There's 2 more achievements before this one for 5 and 10 as well. With Midsummer starting, like I said, I went and got the new Flamekeeper of Khazal Gar achievement. And then also, like I said, I got the Outland Master of All, which is to get all the Outlands professions to max level. And then finally, I was able to get an achievement I've been tracking since March, so I wouldn't forget it. With summer starting in WoW on Saturday, the Karaji Guardling pet is now available until September, so if you don't have it, go get it. And by getting that one last pet, I was finally able to finish off the Kalimdor Safari achievement, which finished off the World Safari achievement. That one feels great to have done, and now I'm just missing 25 pet battle achievements, the majority of which are PvP. I think I have 2 or 3 more collection achievements left to do, and then I need something like 600 more battle pet wins to get the 5,000 one. I think that's the last one, and then I'm done all there. So very happy with how my pet battle achievements have gone up over the past couple of months. In other channel news, on Friday, I posted a video talking about all of Blizzard's legal agreements, going over their EULA, privacy policy, content creation policies, sale policies, all the stuff that's in there, going over it in a way that's hopefully easy to understand and gives people information as to what exactly it is that we've agreed to in order to play or use Blizzard services. I think it's a very interesting video, especially the privacy policy stuff, so hopefully if you haven't checked it out, you will, and let me know what you think. But that is it for me. That's all the stuff that happened to me last week and everything that I wanted to talk about. Let me know how your week went, whether it's in-game or outside of it. What are you up to? What are you enjoying? What are you not liking? Anything and everything, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up because it does help me out a lot. If you're already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I love you a lot. If you're not subscribed and you keep seeing my videos pop up and you're recommended and they are interesting, hit that subscribe button so you can support me and get these to your subscription box right away. If you wanted to check out that video I was talking about with the Blizzard legal agreements, that's on screen now, so click it if you'd like. Thanks for watching. I love you lots. Have yourself a fantastic week. I'll talk at you next week.